Welcome in, everybody. We are here in our first 3-map series of the day. On the left-hand side, it is going to be RossPierrDoll, or RPD. On the right side, it is going to be ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, because for some reason, Heroes of the Storm teams need to have paragraph-linked names. This is going to be the Meta Madness style of draft. Sorry, my neck is killing me today, so my head's going to be moving weird. So we do have, I need to actually use the command here really quickly because I don't remember. There are now 13 heroes unavailable in the current phase of group stage days 3 and 4. Anduin, Blaze, Chromie, Dehaka, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Johanna, Junkrat, Medivh, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, and Valla will all be unavailable in the future of this, well, I guess today and onward of this tournament. So none of them will be played or draftable. It is Meta Madness. The heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. The bans at the top of the screen do not carry over into that, so we could see a Cho'Gall later on in this 3-map series. It is a 3-map series, meaning that there will be 3 maps. No domination rules. It is purely if you win 2 games, lose 1, you get 2 points. The enemy team gets 1 point. It's just that straightforward. And then basically the teams, the top 6 teams? The top 6 teams of 7, real nail biter, will be making it into the playoffs. The 7th team will not be making it into the playoffs. Yeah. Oh, okay, got you, Slayer. Well, I mean, I hope he gets good, pay for it all. Mitch.
Yes.
Congratulations on your 5-watch streak. That is awesome of you. Bandit. Don't make me yell at you another day in a row, bud. Tomb of the Spider Queen will be our first map, and we will have RossPierrDoll with first pick priority. They banned away Blackheart's Bay and Sky Temple, Garden of Terror, and Infernal Shrines. Will be removed by ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. What a name!
Oh, this is my jam!
And Lucio will be in the house. First pick Lucio, not too bad for Tomb. Able to get a lot of really good mobility, rotations. High possibility for a Garrosh in this situation. Lucio movement speed plus Garrosh is really nice combo. Just to be able to run at the enemy. High 5 Lucio is another good cleanse to be able to just sprint at them. So we'll see what kind of composition comes out from RossPierrDoll, but it does seem like they'll be leaning into a dive comp. A Rhaegar Yrel on the right side, just a solid healer with a baseline cleanse. You've got Yrel with too many buttons and a lot of good wave clear mobility and wave clear. Yeah, exactly, Mitch, yeah. Alrighty, though. With the Lucio, what else do they want to lean into here? I already mentioned the Garrosh. They could go for it early. No, okay, so it's going to be Tracer with Diablo. High mobility, big dive. Solo lane could be a ban. Honestly, I think it's going to be a Bruiser ban because, realistically, Imperious in the 4-man works really well. Thrall in the 4-man works really well. So, I think you could honestly double Bruiser the last. They're going to go for a Jaina. I mean, Jaina Diablo is a classic combo together. Just Apocalypse, Ring of Frost sort of things. Even just Apocalypse with Blizzard. Even Lightning Breath with just her slows on top of that as well. Why isn't the count of banned heroes a multiple of 10? Are there more bans that are played here? Yeah, there's just, it was 11 last week. There's 2 more heroes. I think it has to do with the fact that there will be 20 heroes banned away. So I think there's actually going to be up to 25 heroes globally banned. So I think they're just slowly adding in more bans, or it might be a monetary unlock thing. I'm not 100% sure. What's up, AJ? Good to see you, though, bud. It's good to see you, Nika, as well. Oh, also, Ninja, congratulations on first. Nika, congratulations on last. Stark, congratulations on whatever. Varian was the ban on the left-hand side. I was honestly expecting a Garrosh ban, but maybe RossPierrDoll has no concern about Garrosh counterplay into the Diablo. I mean, it's as I've said before, like Garrosh is not an immediate. Oh yeah, we've taken Garrosh. You lose the game with Diablo. No.
I hear the call of the wild.
I was not expecting an Asmodan, but I'm happy to see it. The siege potential is really high. Rexar for the solo lane. Misha has good control. Could be a flare game, just to be able to watch the rotation from mid to bottom and deny any ganks onto Rexar. God, my neck. I'm sorry, everyone. My neck is absolutely killing me today. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I took something before stream. It has to kick in. Greymane last pick.
Will rise again.
Tychus has a lot of really good sustained damage, good minigun value as well. Greymane chunks with Cursed Bullet, sustained damage is really strong from him. I would lean into ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew for this map number 1. I do think they have the stronger draft. Siege-wise, the Asmodan is a big X factor. We'll see how it all unfolds as we get into map number 1. Right side of the map is going to be the ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. You got Vasilio playing the Tychus. You're looking at a Porky Garrosh. This is both on that Greymane. A BRB soaking Yrel. And your healer will be Rhaegar, played by Sven. Left side of the map is going to be RossPierrDoll. It is your Tracer, played by Arion. Lobcall on the Asmodan. Itrax is going to be that Rexar. Misha, of course, placed by Misha. Bronick on the Lucio, and Mac will be your Diablo. Greed Asmodan, Tracer rounds Lucio with the party mix. You've got Soul. My God. Soulstone, level 1. Devil's Due, there we go for Diablo. Apparently it's early. You got Bird of Prey as well for your Rexar. This is going to be Tychus with the Press the Advantage for the 1 range increase, taking him to 5.5. Looking at a Warbreaker Garrosh, Dauntless Yrel, Greymane with Viciousness, and a Feral Heart Rhaegar. Greymane is already split over to the right side for Bruiser Camp. Might get a little assistance from Rhaegar after a rotation to top lane. But it seems like Greymane is handling that just fine on his own. And Tychus will be left in this top lane. I think they're going to freeze the wave a little bit. Fire Stomp activation from the Diablo. And Tychus just safely clears things out in his area of the map. Give me 1 second. Changes. There we go. Righteous Hammer onto Rexar over here in the bottom lane. Bit of pressure from BRB soaking. But pressure is all that this Yrel is going to be able to apply. Toss recall from Tracer. Sven comes in with a lunge. He gets hit with a pulse bomb, a little bit of sustained damage, but the Rhaegar will be fine for the time being. Yrel rotating in, looking for the Avenging Wrath. Righteous Hammer gets shadow charged into the tower shots. The sound wave from Lucio, and Rexar rotates in, getting first kill for the members of RossPierrDoll. Not gonna lie, that was not expected for first blood right there, but well done. Good control from Diablo. And a quick rotation from Rexar to catch that last little bit of damage needed before Yrel was able to push buttons and walk away. Bottom lane Siege Giants have been cleared away. Tracer with a little bit of sustained harassment into Greymane. He'll get a few more autos onto Misha. Pulse Bomb does land onto your Greymane. Tracer and Rexar are going to back away. The Righteous Hammer allows the Rexar to further get away faster. Now, Fire Stomp level 4 for the Diablo. Okay. I was curious, with Devil's Due level 1, I mean, realistically, there's not a ton of spell power on the enemy team, so you don't really need Soulstone. And I don't think they were going to be leading into Feast on Fear. I mean, just Devil's Due is going to give more healing effects from Regen Globes and Healing Fountains based off of how many souls Diablo has. Lucio completes his level 4 Subwoofer. As Porky tries to step up, the Pulse Bomb lands, and a second kill goes over the side of RossPierrDoll. great cleanse onto Greymane from Sven, as that was a Shadow Charge initiation that could have been fatal setup. Oh, and Azmodan continues to do his best to double soak and pick up stackage. She is going to be going to your Army of Hell level 4. Secondary warrior, but a 10-second increased cooldown, which I think takes it, isn't it 22 seconds now or something? Oh no, it's just 20 seconds, okay. I thought the baseline was 12. So it takes it to 20 seconds, that makes sense. I mean, 10 seconds per warrior, you're getting that second one. Dunk onto the wave, Greymane has a little inspiration active for the minions here. Lucio steps up for the globe. Little sound wave into Greymane. Eyes in the dark will be canceled out by a push off from Lucio. And Greymane's gonna be able to meander out just fine. A little bit of siege into the top fort gate. Pulse Bomb lands into Greymane, but Chain Heal counteracts any of that damage. Indomitable from Porky as he gets a throw into Tracer. She'll get a recall. Meanwhile, Sven is being burninated. A dunk comes in onto Porky. 40, no, Porky goes down. Tychus looks to get a kill, and they will be able to land something into that Tracer. Her gems will be, I believe, picked up by Mac. Still available turn in. 4 gems needed on the left-hand side. 33 on the right. And we're going to be getting into 10 talents here, so let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. So there's the blue web weaver summoning. I thought there might have been a dive onto Tychus here, but he's going to be fine for the time being. Alright. A little dunk onto the wave. A Garrosh Groundbreaker hit. But this blue web weaver phase in the top lane is going to be mashing into Fort Gate. Lucio is done with his level 1 party mix. He has the increased AoE by 140 range. Well, I guess it is now at 140 range. Shadow Charge into Pulse Bomb. Laser from Azmodan. Sound Wave from Lucio. Garrosh finishes out Warbreaker level 1. And the top lane fort looks like it will be safe for the time being. As another Groundbreaker goes fishing. A overpower from Diablo. Tychus minigun chunking onto the Lucio. And it looks like mid lane didn't get a ton of value. Bottom lane got the center gates. Top lane had the most siege value. Getting Fort Gate and almost 50% of the major structure. 11 gems needed on the left-hand side. Diablo is going to hit level 10, so reduce soul stone consumption. We do have High Five, Lucio, Sticky Bomb, Tracer, Demonic Invasion, Lightning Breath, and Rexar is Unleash the Boards, or are we going to get a big old bear? No, it's going to be Unleash the Boars, of course. Self-cast Ancestral, I do believe. No, that was onto the Greymane, excuse me. Greymane does get the Ancestral, but there's the Boars Unleashed. Tracer doesn't step up. Oh, because Eyes in the Dark breaks the connection, and the Greymane is able to hearth away. Ardent Defender, Pulse Bomb, Sound Wave. Urel's gonna try and back away, slowed by the enemies, cleansed by Rhaegar. And there will be no kill into Urel. Greymane was able to back away as well. It is Odin, Warlord's Challenge, Ardent Defender, Curse Bullet, and Ancestor Healing for your heroics. As Azmodan gets another wave for mid. Tychus is pushing things out in top. Pressure onto Porky. And Porky gets pulled apart just as the red web weavers will descend to the ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. One quick thing we didn't mention was just that Wisdom Duelist for the Greymane at level 7, currently at 7 stacks. Landing onto your Lucio, he's going to wiggle away on the left-hand side. He'll just passively or slowly heal up that percent-based damage that was applied. Azmodan dealing with top lane. Looks like that's quickly being reduced to nothing before it even gets near the fort gate. And Azmodan's actually going to pivot into mid really quickly. Greymane trying to slow down the rotation. uses the Razor Swipe to break the connection of the All-Shell Burn. Garrosh Groundbreaker finds the Diablo. Yrel goes in with an Avenging Wrath. Dumped onto the wave. The top lane Webweaver was cleared away. The bottom lane managed by Rexxar. And mid lane Fort Gate gets taken down. Little NA lag. The big thing to mention, though, is going to be RossPierrDoll with the next objective. And I just realized we have the wrong logo. No one in chat caught the wrong logo here. Whoopsies. There we go. Silly chat. Come on, you guys got to wake up. You're supposed to be on me. If you guys are going to be on me about talent names, you got to be on me about the logos. Good Warlord's challenge onto Asmodan. He got a little bit of a heal from Lucio from that high five, but it wasn't enough to save. The gems will be picked up. The Ancestral connecting onto Sven. That second health bar will not be enough, and now Diablo with the Shadow Charge into Greymane. He'll be taken down. BRB soaking, trying to pick up some of those gems. A lot of it being denied by the zoning tools of Lucio and friends. But speaking of Lucio, he's got enough for the turn-in. They're going to delay for a second just so Rexxar can tag the camp. Good morning, Forget What. How you doing, bud?
Yes.
Congratulations on your 30-day watch streak, Forget What. Haven't missed a streak. A little bit of damage out from Tracer. Asmodan dunks connecting into the wave. Does finish out his level 1. So he's got more range from the All-Shell Burn by 25%, and the Demon Warrior's attack speed, movement speed is increased by 20%. Did go into the British, or no, sorry, Kadea's Kiss. Not British Vanguard at level 13, or Chain of Command. Webweaver top lane managed by Greymane. Mid lane is just about cleared out. Rexxar Misha trying to take down the bottom lane forts. As Keep Gate is going to be opened up, and I think that's as much as RossPierrDoll gets here. Yeah, Rexxar Misha can't finish up bottom. BRB soaking actually takes down the bear. Can Lucio get the gems? Nice Righteous Hammer zoning. But is she? Ancestral plus the Ardent Defender will be utilized. BRB soaking will not lose any gems. Recall from Tracer, Warlord challenge, high five from the Lucio. Porky gets a toss onto Diablo. Utilizing Porky as a return target. Lightning Breath activated. And it's Greymane to be taken down. BRB soaking gets Divine Steed, but immediately interrupted. The fort defenses, the ally toss. And Avenging Wrath over the wall. But the bottom lane fort will go down. So we've got your Yrel and Tychus. They've got the turn-in for the team. Diablo tags the camp in time, so this will be stolen away. 7-kill difference. And a level lead formed in favor of RossPierrDoll. We will see Hell Rift at level 16 as well for Asmodan. Avenging Wrath into Tracer, immediate blink out, a second blink to avoid the Warbreaker of Garrosh. And once again, top lane is cleared out at the 50% mark. Gets little to no value at all in that fort gate. 16 is just now ticking over on the right-hand side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Toss Groundbreaker, Curse Bullet into Misha, but she charges to the left, gets a mend really quickly from Rexxar. It is Grizzled Fortitude level 4 for her. Lucio pushing in, the Ancestral going out onto Tychus. That is going to be Porky. Sorry, Sven taken down. Porky goes down next. The Red Webweaver in bottom lane will be managed by Asmodan as the rest of the team pushes in through mid. Will he be able to get this? No, the summonables have way too much damage. They lose their fort in bottom lane. But they do manage to take down Yrel through mid. 65 of the 60 gems held on the left-hand side. Boss is up. This could be Boss plus Webweaver for a game-winning push. But of course, no one freed Harrison Jones. Good boy, Bandit. Azmodan turns in a good chunk of the 60. He'll pivot up to the top. He's actually going to get the wave here really fast as well. Get a little bit more stackage on that baseline. 294 for him. I'm assuming it will just be Sin's Grass level 20. I don't think Lovecall or most Azmodan players are super... they're not rushing to get Annihilation done. They're rushing to get Greed done because the laser value and the warrior value as well. And then Hell Rift is, I mean, if All Shall Burn channels its full duration or kills the target, a Demon Warrior is summoned in the target location, and all Demon Warriors deal 75% increased damage for 5 seconds. Good synergy with the basic, with the level 1, as we were talking about, with the increased attack speed by 20%. First bullet, Avenging Wrath. Ardent Defender does get activated by Yrel. The Lightning Breath from Diablo is going to force Sven to utilize the Ancestor Healing. Odin has been summoned as well. Boss plus Webweaver moving in through top. The Keep Front Gate is diced up. Now, Diablo looking for an angle. Yrel comes in with the Avenging Wrath. Tries to use the sidewall, but Yrel gets taken down by Azmodan. Boss above 50%. Webweaver at about 20-some. Misha will be taken down by tower shots, but Core Shield is going to start dropping, and it looks like RossPierrDoll may just have map number 1 in this 3-map series. Azmodan with Laser on Core, Pulse Bomb onto Corki, who's going to be pulled back into the fray of the fight. Boss is still slapping away. Lucio and Rexar do take down the Grey Mane. And I really thought ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew had the better aggressive draft, but 12 kill difference. It is a good game for the members of RossPierrDoll. What's up, Divine? How you doing, bud? Oh, man, dude. The pain is, like, shooting down my arm. I don't know what I did. I must have sat really weird for, like, a whole stream or something. Maybe it was, like, the Tuesday, Wednesday ranked game days? I don't know. Oh, God, my shoulder. Alrighty, everybody, we are heading into Dragonshire for map number 2 of this 3-map series. It is going to be RossPierrDoll on the left-hand side with a score of 1, and it is a 3-map series, meaning... Thank you, I appreciate that, Zach. Someone caught it in chat! So we are going to be heading into map number 2. This is a 3-map series, meaning we are guaranteed 3 maps in this series. I didn't want to say series again, but we do have 3 of these today. We're in our first one. It is the Meta Madness style of draft. The 13 heroes we mentioned earlier are banned away. The bans at the top of the screen don't carry over, but they're looking like a very, very similar ban phase from map number 1, as we do have first pick going over to the left-hand side of RossPierrDoll, which means the crew of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew opted in for map pick priority, choosing to take us to Dragonshire. Yes, indeed.
We will forge a great destiny.
So at the start of this draft, there were 23 heroes banned away, and now we're getting into this draft. So by the time of the start of draft number... or map number 3, there'll be 33 heroes unavailable, plus the 4 at the top of the screen, so 37 of the 90 will be unavailable in the 3rd map. Hence the reason why I think they're doing a 3-map series. Also, it guarantees us that 3rd game, it guarantees us more action, and guarantees us 3 awesome fun times. Variant for the left-hand side will be the start. There was a Samuro and a Sonya ban, a Cho and Maev ban on the right side, a Brightwing and Nubarak will be your first 2 picks for the ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. So a good global with Brightwing, a Nubarak, Dive, Beetles are also really, really nice to amplify Siege. But it's Varian, Malfurion, Zagara, so we could just see a very simple draft on the left-hand side from RossPierrDoll. Charge, Taunt, Root, plus, honestly, like, Jaina slots in beautifully with this. Yeah, honestly, they did ban it last game. I wouldn't be opposed to another Jaina ban. Get rid of Zeratul. I'm curious why. Like, Zeratul's fine in the sense of, like, he's good on this map. He can burst people down. But it leads me to believe that there might be some sort of Viking shenanigans. Or just something that's low health pool that Zeratul can just constantly harass and destroy. Things, I mean, the Shimada bros are unavailable. Chromie was banned away. Sylvanas is not available either. All of those really good heroes for this map. So Brightwing Anub'arak, you have the Chen for solo, into potentially Zagara, but Zagara typically is in the bottom lane. Into Chen, Imperius is really nice into Chen, because anytime Chen tries to start drinking, you stab him. Diva also can be grabbed, same thing with Chen, anytime he starts to drink, you just boost into him. Alarak, and they'll grab Leoric. Okay, alright. Into the Alarak. Oof. I feel like they want some sort of, like, hard CC to lock down Alarak when he tries to, step up and stuff like that. I don't think they want, like, a sustained damage dealer. I think they want some sort of hard CC.
Let's fly.
I think RossPierrDoll has a way better draft here. I think RossPierrDoll is like the control, the siege, mobility, burst, lockdown. I'm not getting the mage I was hoping for, but I think Alarak is still going to slot in beautifully with the Varian Malfurion combo dive. And Zagara will be in the bottom lane, Leoric in the top lane. Let's get into the cast. Ruby!
Yes!
Congratulations on your 5-day watch streak. Right side of the map is going to be the crew of... God, the paragraph name always throws me off. ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. You've got Vac on the Falstad, Sven playing Brightwing, BRB soaking on the Chen, Sizabos will be playing the Gul'dan, and Porky on Anub'arak. Their team name does not live up to what they're doing, by any means. Left-hand side of the map is going to be RossPierrDoll. You got iTrax playing Leoric. You got an Arion as a... Arion will be your Alarak. Mac playing Varian. Bronick is going to be on the Malfurion, and Lavko playing the Zagara.
Let the battle begin.
Couple Banelings thrown out into the lane. We do have Pursuit of Flame for Gul'dan, Legion of Beetles. Gonna be freshest ingredients, a Hypershoot Brightwing, and you've got Frequent Flyer Falstad for the auto attack build. A lot of damage into Gul'dan. He was getting drained by Leoric. Drains back onto Leoric as the answer. Overwhelming power for the Alarak as well on that Discord Strike level 1, which is an auto attack talent. We'll see what he goes into later on. Varian with the Lion's Fang, or Lion's Maw. And Emerald Dreams Malfurion, Bile Drop Zagara, and Leoric is holding level 1. Is it Oasin's? Is it Consume Vitality? Is it Fealty unto Death? Alright. When nearby friendly minions... Sorry, when nearby friendly or enemy minions die, Leoric restores 35 health and 6 mana. So Chen is going to maneuver into top lane. Brightwing was soaking for the time being. Leoric has a little bit of harassment in the rotation. A few Fell Flames thrown in. A couple Banelings back into this Gul'dan as he'll get a drain onto the wave. Not a whole lot of mana available. And of course, as we all know, Gul'dan does not passively restore mana like all other... Actually, Probius is the other caveat, but he passively restores in his pylon field. But Gul'dan has 0, I believe, mana... regen. It doesn't show. Actually, oh, there you go. Yeah. Literally the stat. There's no mana regen stat for Gul'dan. Because he has to trade his health for the mana. Drain onto the wave continues. Alarak is going to go show of force. Max sadism can be 150 currently. And he will hang out around in mid lane just to make sure Falstad doesn't get the channel. Mac was able to get the bottom. This is going to be level 4 here. Taunt was picked up. And Gul'dan, the first one to be taken out. Burrow charge into Impale onto Bronick. Porky taken down as Alarak looks for another combo into Falstad. Telekinesis won't get the pull they were hoping for. It is also going to be your Paralyzing Rage for the Leoric. When upgrades your Skeletal Swing slope from 40% to 60%. Mac going to try and get the channel. Is BRB going to get an interrupt? No. Very quick Dragonite in map number 2 of this 3-map series. Less than 10k on the HP, but once again, we saw this yesterday when we were casting the outhouses, and it's another good example right here. You've got Mac inside this Dragonite. He's playing to the high side of the lane, so that way he's only tanking 1 tower shot as he's working on Fort Gate for mid. If he attacks it directly in the middle, or, you know, if he's standing right here, the Dragonite, it's going to tank both tower shots, reducing the health faster. So, little positioning tactic right there as Chen will take down Chen in top lane. Falstad tries to get the counter kill onto Leoric, but the Wraith Walk should be enough as Alarak doubles back to protect the President. Ubrak in bottom lane. He's just going to take a few autos from Zagara and such. Uh-oh, though, hold on. In top lane, Falstad gets a barrel roll over the tree line and will not be taken down by Alarak. Dragonite in mid lane gets nearly everything of the gate but one side wall.
For now.
And that is going to be Alarak also taking the hindered momentum at level 7. There's not going to be any sadism reduction talents from Alarak. Actually, there's still a level 20 that he can take to reduce sadism. The hasty bargain. But right now, we're on trajectory for 10 talents here. Faster, of course, on the left. That's a good Emerald Dreams into Chen. He gets the flying kick over. 9 seconds on a taunt. Drain is applied. Telekinesis, phase shift from Brightwing. She gets the phase shift in with the Soothing Mist. Bronick, the Malfurion, will be taken down. And now a taunt from Varian, creating a little bit of space as Alarak does back away. Itrax will be the next one to go down. It's a double kill to the side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Unable to land a burrow charge into Alarak in the mid lane as he was back over by the fort front gate. Huge damage into Falstad, but the Anubrak burrowing back in is just enough time and space for this Falstad to tap well and back away. Zagara does pick up her first stack, I believe, right there, as we missed the Brightwing kill in mid lane. I believe she hyper shift in. BRB soaking, getting chunked by Leoric. The drain expires. Itrax is going to try and trade here. Wraith walk in. Nah, I don't think it was worth it there, bud. Alrighty, 120 sadism for the Alarak. Let's take a look and see where the breakdown sits. He's got 12% from takedowns, so another 18 can be gained from that. 8% from show force, so another 12% from that. As I mentioned, max sadism can be 150. As we get into 10 talent tiers, the big thing to mention for Varian, because we won't see it as we cycle through the stats, is going to be his Warbringer level 10. So he can charge every 4 seconds. We'll see if he goes into Juggernaut level 13. Right wing phase shifts over to Porky. No peekaboo level 7 shielding or AoE reveal.
Hero slain.
The Orc apparently goes down to Falstad in the top lane as we were. I was looking over here because I thought there might be a catch on to Porky in the rotation. Soothing Mr. Brightwing does connect. It is Deadly Charge for the Alarak, Devouring Maw, Entomb, Twilight Dream, and that Warbringer for the Varian as Bronick is able to avoid a Burrow Charge initiation from Porky, but there will be a Cocoon onto Malfurion. Chen with Wandering Keg, Cocoon from Nubrak, Horrified Blink Heal, and Gust as well. Horrify utilized beautifully there. The Devouring Maw will capture a Nubrak. That'll be the 5th kill going over to the right side of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. Dragonite in mid lane is available to RossPierrDoll, but that'll be interrupted as Falstad holds the Moonshrine in bottom lane. Varian scouts out the enemy on this bottom camp. He doesn't have any allies close enough to try and invade this or poke at it. So he'll let that go as Leoric is pushing things up in top lane onto the fort. With a minion wave, Chen just able to clear things out, get a flying kick in for the reinitiation. Itrax is on fire, but he knows that. Alrighty, well, we'll see what our 13s are going to be in just a second, but it looks like that might be happening faster for the impromptu role swap crew. Dragonite is available to channel in mid. Chen will get the Sun Shrine. Leoric is chilling in top. Waiting for another wave, maybe? He already had one arriving at the fort in top lane. Pivots into mid. Chen does finish up Freshest Ingredients, so he's going to have that synergistic value at Deadly Strike level 4, since Flying Kick no longer cross Buru. Additionally, its damage is increased by 125%, while Chen has shields from Fortifying Brew, and the level 1 in Freshest Ingredients allows you to have the shield persisting indefinitely after drinking. Sunshrine held by the members of Impromptu Role Swap Crew. Moonshine to be the same by Porky, but is there anyone to capture mid lane Dragonite? Alarak is chilling in the bush, out of vision. Chen going to be rotating up. Unfortunately, Leoric will be able to get the top lane, so our red side team will be unavailable to get this. We got a ping on Varian, a DC. We're going to jump out of the game for competitive integrity because that's what we do during pauses. Alrighty. Does RossPierrDoll have damage? They have an Alarak and a Zagara. Absolutely they do. Absolutely they do. I mean, yeah, once Varian gets a second sword, they'll have all the damage they need. So I saw that comment, and then I looked away, and I was like, okay. Looks like the moment Mac got back in and was like, okay, ready, the Falstad DCs on the enemy's squad. That's funny. All right, we got readies coming out from both sides. Let's get back into it, everybody. Thank you, Ruby. I appreciate that. Second sword. God, you guys are funny today. Leoric in the top lane is going to be trying to back away, flying kick in from Chen with a Wandering Keg. Alarak is going to be living, but Leoric will... Well, he's going to get trait value, as chat was saying earlier, as well. Fell Flames being thrown out from Gul'dan. Malfurion inside that cocoon. Doesn't look like he's going to get followed up into. The top lane fort does go down to the minion wave from Impromptu Role Swap Crew. Good morning, Yanther. How you doing, bud? Falstad flies to bottom as Zagara is working on this fort. Devouring Maw misses. And Falstad auto damage is a little too much. Oh, Mortal Strike, by the way, for the Varian. 40% healing debuff for 4 seconds. Okay. Alarak will go into Blade of the High Lord, so his max sadism can be 190%.
The flame cleanses all.
30 baseline, 20 from the level 4, 40 from the level 13. As Alarak charges up, that's going to be a combo into the enemies. Soothing Mist from Brightwing mitigates the Emerald Dreams value. Lion's Maw, Varian level 1, 21 of 25 stacks. 23 for the Falstad on his auto attack build. There's a few more autos landing into the fort of bottom lane. The Dragonite floating around in mid. Leoric is going to try and deal with that. Gets savagely kicked away as I look at the mini-map. 140 sadism for the Alarak, by the way, if you're curious on this breakdown. 12% from takedowns, so still another 18% from that. 16% from show force, so another 4% from that. And Blade of the High Lord at 14%. Another 26 can be picked up on that one. There's probably a little bit more was grabbed after the Dragonite did go down. Alarak also, I believe, is deathless. Yeah, Alarak is deathless. I think he had one sketchy moment, but I think Leoric was the one that that died in the end there. So, with a level lead on the right-hand side of the impromptu roll swap crew, talent tier advantage, they will get a few of these camps for free. I don't think Mac and friends want to try and fight this. Chen Liork in top lane, it's 4v4 in bottom, yeah. Maybe if it was like 4v3, like maybe if there was like Brightwing in top lane, like maybe if she had phase shifted into top lane or Falstad had used flight like this. And Liork does have, oh no, he's Spectral Leech level 13, I misread it. So yeah, he does not have the Wraith Walk ability from 13 to be able to get away a little bit faster and take reduced damage during the Wraith Walk. But it is 16 on the left-hand side, finally picked up. The big thing for Gul'dan right now is that Ramp and Hellfire level 16. I am a huge fan of that one. As Varian gets displaced a little bit, taunts the Chen. Alarak combo, Falstad Gust is huge into the Horrify. Alarak inside the Cocoon, BRB soaking, drinks up some brew. Flying kick in, a Nubrak burrow charge as well. They take down Malfurion. It's a really awkward moment in this corner, and two from Liork captures Falstad and Gul'dan. Falstad barrel rolls out. Alarak taken down. His sadism reset to 100. Nubrak burrowing the right side skeletal swing with that paralyzing rage. Extra slow will not be enough for Liork and Zagara to close the distance for more damage. But the big thing right now is Zagara does have corrosive saliva with the Hydralisk transfusion, and Pack Instincts is only 3-ish levels away.
Both shrines, and the Dragon Knight's power is
Bottom camp will be grabbed. Zagara playing very safe, using corpse feeders to check the bush. Sorry, infested drop. That one I gotta work on too, man. Bile drop, infested drop, corpse feeders. I guess infested drop is like, if you take a moment to think about it, it is logical, the baseline name. It's a drop that is infested. Alright. 30 stacks on your Falstad, 7 of the 12 for Bile Drop Zagara, 55 on the Mithril Mace for Lioric. Obviously 0 or 100% sadism for Alarak. And it's even talent here, 4-kill difference. A few Banelings are thrown to the bottom lane for it. I apologize. Apparently there was a flight dive onto Lioric in top lane from the Falstad once again. Actually, he didn't even fly up there. This is a flight down in the bottom. Cocoon onto Varian, silence from Malfurion. Devouring Maw lands on the Falstad Gul'dan, burrow charge from Nubrak to the right side to allow Sven to have a safer phase shift location, but it didn't seem like RossPierrDoll was going to step up any further into the crew of Impromptu Roll Swap Crew. Liork, ooh, that's a big dive from Varian. Alarak is going to come in with the deadly charge as well. The root from Malfurion finds no one, but it does so. And Alarak is really low, gets drained by Gul'dan. He'll be taken down. Whatever sadism he had is reset back to 100 or 0. Chen pushing in the mid lane wave as he did get top lane pushed up. Has the Sunshrine as well. And this map number 2 looks so good for Impromptu Roll Swap Crew. Bile Drop level 7 is done. Entomb from Liork. Falstad barrel rolls in for a few autos onto Liork as well. Another flying kick from Chen. Fell Flames thrown onto the 4th bottom. Burrow charge finds Varian, and he gets a parry activated. Uses the Warbringer level 10 to dive over to his ally member.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce.
But Liork was unable to get to the top lane to deny the Sunshrine. This is going to be Falstad inside the Dragonite. And what's the game plan for Siege? Split between mid-bottom or all in through bottom? It's the latter of the two. Level 20 here on the right with the Haunt. You've got Epic Mount Falstad, Invisible Friends, Purifying Brew, and Rewind for a Nubrak. Savage Charge on the Liork will be mitigated by the Wraith Walk. A few Molten Flames for the Dragonite will be thrown down into the keep. Wandering Keg from Chen, looking to get some sort of displacement into Alarak. They do find it. Silence from Malfurion does connect onto Porky on the right side, but this Nubrak's able to get a Cocoon onto Liork, who almost had fatal damage. Gust from Falstad into Varian. Gul'dan throws back a few Fel Flames, but he has no mana and little health to trade for it. He would need a big drain. He's going to get one more Fel Flame thrown back. A second one thrown in. Chen with the flying kick. He's going to try and drink up some brew. And this will be Alarak getting a kill into Falstad. Alarak still chasing onto a Nubrak below, but he's going to pivot targets. into Brightwing and Gul'dan. And Gul'dan, I think, is going to be able to make it out alive. Brightwing's already split away, and Anubrak is down by the keeps of safety. So a double kill is picked up. Experience gap is closing. 20 will be here in a moment. Man, 124 saves for the Alarak already. I'm assuming it's mostly from Blades of the High Lord and the level 4 Show of Force in... Oh, he actually has 6% from takedowns, too. I mean, it makes sense. There was a 2 kill in that last engagement. Bottom lane is going to be managed by the Varian. Yeah. He's got Glory to the Alliance. Really? Love Call, really? No Pack Instincts. Tyrant Maw.
Prepare yourselves, heroes.
Huh.
The shrines will soon be activated.
There's the hasty bargain I was talking about earlier. The 20-second cooldown activate to permanently reduce Alarak's sadism by 4%. Reset all the cooldowns of his basic abilities. You've got the Lunar Shower Malfurion, Buried Alive Leoric. The Tyrant Maw is surprising. I really did think this was going to be a Pack Instincts because of just the value from it in sustained team fights. And we do have some decently long fights in this map, number 2, Dragonshire. Chen bottom lane, he's got Wandering Keg, Flying Kick taunted. Elusive Brawler was active, I do believe, from his level 7, but the Buried Alive says, no, Chen. No Wandering Keg activation to roll away for you. Good dive, good kill. The members of RossPierrDoll needed it. Gate and bottom lane pushed in. Good damage onto the keep as well. Sidewall taken out. Top lane wave does crash over here against RossPierrDoll. That is going to be keep front gate taken down. Bottom lane seems to be our blue squad retreating. ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, they're going to initiate, looking for Alarak. They miss, and can Alarak punish this? Cocoon onto Leoric. Gul'dan with the Horrify. Devouring Maw catches Gul'dan, assist pings to take down. Whoa! Big damage coming through. The Orko's fishing for a false dead, but no Prime Gaming's inside that Entomb. Bottom keep rapidly reduced to rubble. Charge taunt onto Chen. Alarak Discord Strike for a silence. Chen will be able to activate his Elusive Brawler. Gets the Wandering Keg onto the Polymorph Leoric. And he'll Wraith Walk back over to the allies. 30 seconds on Gul'dan. Chen just now going down. Core shielding has not been broken. A mini wave is arriving soon. The issue that I bring up right now in this core attempt is that there's still a camp to be grabbed on the bottom of the map. RossPierrDoll, they get the Gul'dan kill, they make the trigger call to go core, taking down Chen in the defensive situation. Gust from Falstad is not going to be enough. And what looked like a really promising game from ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew falls apart post 20. GG, well played. RossPierrDoll will take another map in today's 3-map series. But as I keep saying, it's a 3-map series, so we're guaranteed the next map. We are guaranteed 9 games today, everybody. So I hope you're all having a great time. If you're enjoying yourself here and you have the availability of a Prime Gaming or a Luna Gaming, whatever they call it now, do consider utilizing that. Help us sustain full-time streaming. Help us hit our sub goal for December. Hades 2 speedruns. We are going to be doing multiple different categories. Your boy is going to be a multi-category speedrunner. And technically a multi-game speedrunner, because I do have a record for, well, not a, like, well, I have a, I'm on the leaderboard for Hades 1-3 weapons. I'm like number 86 or something. So anyways, consider subscribing, all that good stuff. In the downtime, we're going to run some ads. We'll get ready for map number 3, and I will ramble about random stuff. Welcome in, everybody. We are here in map number 3, and as I had mentioned beforehand, it is the Meta Madness style of draft with tournament baseline bans. And as we enter into this draft, there are 33 heroes unavailable. 20 from the map 1 and 2, and 13 from the baseline bans in the tournament. We'll get a Twitch prediction going for all of you, as we do have on the left-hand side RossPierrDoll versus the red side members of ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. So things like a Nubarak, Diablo, Garrosh, Brightwing, Falstad, they can't be played. There's the tournament baseline bans. If you'd like to know about them, you can use !MM, and that has all the entire list of them. I am updating that for all of the tournaments as well, or all the tournament days, so that way it is tracking correctly. The two new bans from last week to this was they added Chromie and Sylvanas in from the 11 of last weekend. There is also a good breakdown on the Wikipedia, or the Liquipedia if you want to check it out, ! For that one. But those are all the commands. That's all the housekeeping. First pick, Li Ming for Battlefield of Eternity for RossPierrDoll. The Tyrael is nice. Arthas as well. Wow. The Arthas with the Tyrael, it's very doable, but it's surprising. It's surprising out the gate. Usually, I feel like at this point in these games, it's a lot of teams and players going for like main tank plus healer lock. Or, as we're seeing on the side of RossPierrDoll, it is going to be a immediate race hero with Li Ming, ETC, and Raynor. This is a nice draft from RossPierrDoll at the gate. You got range to stay away from Arthas, because Arthas wants to sit there with his Frozen Tempest, his E, active, slowing your movement speed and your attack speed. But here's the thing, Raynor has a range of 6.5, if memory serves correct. He used to, when the game came out, be the longest ranged hero in the game, and then we got things like Sergeant Hammer, and we had other heroes that released with a 6.5 range as well. But when Heroes of Storm initially released, Raynor did have the longest passive range, or baseline range. Ana will be target banned. I don't disagree with this at all. I mean, you got a nano boosted Li Ming would be scary. Eye of Horus is really good. Deadeye level 20 is strong as well. Ariel will be removed, so double healer bans. I'm trying to think what is available. I think Stukov is still up, unless he's part of the list of bans. I'm actually blanking on that one. Baha said doable. Indeed I did. That's doable. I honestly don't know. Hold on, I gotta take a look at the list here. Is Stukov banned? No, right, because there was only two S's, Sergeant Hammer and Sylvanas, right. Tyrande with Zul'jin. Okay, maybe a Zul'jin hypercarry. Could still see, like, Imperious or Thrall, if I'm not mistaken, as well, could be played. I like the idea of the Thrall, because it's a bit more brawl, and you get another route. I mean, the Celestial Charge is nice as well into ETC and stuff. Sundering is also great. Tool. Deckard, Kane, and Imperious. Okay. Alright, dude. Power Slide, into Stab, into combo of Deckard. Now, Imperious will be in the solo lane, but still. Imperious may... If it's Arthas solo lane, that's going to be a rough go for Imperious. He's going to be pretty much ignoring Arthas outside of maybe a dive from the allies, just because that Frozen Tempest, as I mentioned, will be annoying. Someone wake up! Someone wake up Crushnator! Someone wake him up! Someone stop Crushnator from watching wrestling! There's an Artanis! Alrighty, map number 3. Twitch Gamble's still going for a good 5 minutes. You like you love Meta Madness, makes the games... Yeah. There was a point when I think we had a lot of Meta Madness tournaments back to back, and the flavor kind of got a little bland. And so I think this is like the second Meta Madness tournament of this year, and or at least Meta Madness draft, and I think that makes it a lot more fun when it's less often. It's fun, but it definitely, I think, was getting done a little too much last year, and I think there's been a better balance this year. But It is the right side in the red. Impromptu role swap crew with BRB Soaking playing the Arthas. Sven will be your Tyrande. Sisibos on the Artanis. You've got a Porky, Tyrael, and Basilio playing the Zul'jin. Sorry. We'll introduce the other team in a second. I need to see if this first Sentinel hits. Come on, Sven. Throw the Sentinel. This determines the Twitch prediction. Itrex will be your Imperious. First Sentinel misses! You got an Aryan Raynor, Lovecall on the Li Ming, Bronick playing the Deckard, and Mac will be your ETC. Impaling Light, Block Party. Raynor is going to go into Veteran Marksman level 1 as he's hit with a Lunar Flare. Zul'jin donating axe after axe, and Raynor will be taken down. Veteran Marksman reduced from 60% to 45. It is, by the way, Power Hungry Li Ming level 1, another one we don't see very often, and Sapphire Deckard Cain, the best of the 3 level 1 talents. Bone Slicer Zul'jin, it's a very common pickup, especially on a race potential map like this. No Protector of Ire from the Artanis. He's going to be going into Reactive Parry instead. Lunar Blaze, Howling Blast, and Justice for All for the Tyrael. I had the idea of doing Baby Meta Madness, where only the bans carry over. So only 6 heroes are banned per series, rather than 10. Just so we could have our own, you know, distinction of it. Baha's Baby Meta Madness. And we can make the European people feel really happy and call it Baha's NA Baby Meta Madness. There you go. We'll run it on the NA server as well. Anyways, let's get into this battlefield map, as we do have a camp to be grabbed here in the top lane. From the side of RossPierrDoll, it looked like ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew did get the bottom lane. Now, Druins might throw it into the bush. Howling Blast goes fishing for a stack. Celestial Charge, I believe, missed right there. Loon's chosen level 4 from Tyrande. Gosh, names today. Is going to be applied to Arthas for the time being. And our first Immortal phase will be spawning in about 25 seconds. Both teams are going to be working on the respective Fallen Shamans. Deckard going Ruby level 4. I love it. I'm a big fan. Big fan of well, all the gems, realistically. I feel like it's going to be Kanai's Cube level 7 for the damage debuff. 30% for 4 seconds is really nice. I really wouldn't hate an Emerald with Perfect Gems level 20. It's not a common pickup, as ETC tries to back through all that floor juice, but he was denied the Kool-Aid. Zul'jin starts working on Immortal Race. The first one is scripted. North-south positioning, and then it goes to east-west race sides. You do have Artanis zoning against the enemies here, trying to slow down any race against their Immortal. Porky doing the same, eating a couple Arcane Orbs here and there, and Magic Missiles it does look like. Zul'jin being chased by Imperious, almost taken down. But with Tyrande and Tyrael around, yeah, he double-backed, feigning that he was giving it up, and then, of course, Mac rotated in. Celestial Charge finds 2. Arcane Orb. Wait, did it? It looked like it found 2 there, but then I only see Arthas at the end. Sven gets low and is going to be taken down. Artanis, Twin Blades, chop up Imperious. As a Ruby activated on that Herodric Cube. The Face Melt actually pushing people out of Bronick's route. And we get into full-on race right now, but I would assume it's going to be faster on the right side. $16 stacks for your Raynor right now. As I mentioned, he did have 1 death, so he's down to 45%. Plus whatever he's built up here as well, because he builds up 0.75 permanently per stack, yeah. So if we take a look at it right now, he's looking at...
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
It is 182, I believe, right? Because it does combo in from the veteran marksman gambit. I'm pretty sure it does. Or, like, adds in, sorry. I don't think those are separate values. Power slide from ETC, Arcane Orbs going out, face melt to push people around. The top lane fort has already been taken down. Lunar Flare goes out, ETC gets the fort defenses, and they deny some of the incoming damage. The Immortal gets a Savage Spin, a couple of more autos, but this fort will not be taken down. It is going to be around 30 or so %, as we are going to get into 10 talent tiers pretty soon. A few more potions spread from Deckard Cain. Back over in the bottom lane, Celestial Charge landing into BRB Soaking. Solarian Flares, there's going to be a Death Quill to steal a little bit of health from Itrax. And a little scuffle maybe breaks out in top lane. A few potions set up, penetrating round. A couple autos here and there. Power slide from ETC. Lunar Flare goes out. Blade dash from the Artanis to avoid the root. Arthas is here as well. Here comes Celestial Charge from Itrax, not landing on anyone. Porky's so very low, and so is BRB Soaking. Li Ming just wants the reset, but none will be achieved from RossPierrDoll as Artanis eats a massive Arcane Orb stepping out of the gate. Sentinel goes out to scout the camp. No one's on it, but I think it did see quite a few people positioning to gank if anyone steps out. BRB Soaking heads back to bottom lane. We're seeing Itrax the Imperious do the exact same thing. He's going to wait just a second, let the wave push up a little bit, as the top camp does go over to RossPierrDoll. Alright, our second Immortal phase of the map is ready to go. We are 7 minutes in. ETC is going to walk into a bush, gets hit with a Grievous Throw Mark. Blade Dash Phase Prism thrown in, but Mac was not in this position to be pulled out. Left and right camps will be grabbed. The Sentinel crosses the map. It just goes right by Itrax. Heroic-wise, those will be popping up soon. There's also that Kanai schemes I was mentioning from the Deckard Cain, that 30% healing, or sorry, damage debuff to the enemies inflicted for 4 seconds. So not going to be going into Ruby or Emerald for a 75% healing debuff for 4 seconds. Mosh Pit, Wrath of Angiris, which did miss. I did hear the activation. Wave of Force, Hyperion, and Stay Well and Listen. Tostitos, Suppression Pulse, Army of the Dead, Starfall, and Sanctification. I'm a little bummed out that we're not going to be seeing Syndragosa. I really like it for siege potential, especially with the Immortal phase. Absolute 0 level 20 is huge. But it looks like BRB Soaking wants more sustainability. Phase Prism pulls this Raider back in. The Mosh Pit will be activated. The Wave of Force comes out as well. The Starfall from the Toronto. Big Stay While and Listen as the Hyperion Strafe Shots will expire. Zueljin with 2 HP activates the Tostingo. ETC has a power slide in. Tyrande and Zueljin do go down. To Imperious ETC, a Celestial Charge lands into the Artanis. The top lane fort will go down, but a triple kill is picked up. You give up your top fort, which is already at, like, what, 30% HP from the first Immortal phase, and you get a triple kill, which is going to bolster your experience. You're guaranteed second objective, which will head into top lane, and so you'll probably match fort for fort. Macro and calls coming out from RossPierrDoll in map number 3, looking clean.
Shines on.
So Imperious will hearth out a top lane for everything. Rain or Li Ming clear out the wave. They'll arrive with a Larian in the top. Wave of Force and Wrath of Angiris are available. 10 seconds on a Stay a While, 55 on a Mosh Pit, 25 for your Hyperion, 39 on that Tostingo, 15 for the Army of the Dead, and Starfall up in 5 as well. But you do have Suppression Pulse and Sanctification. Wondering if we'll see Suppression Pulse in this siege at any point. There's the Suppression Pulse. BRB Soaking may get away because of that. Sanctification, Stay a While and Listen, Starfall as well. Arcane Orbs are flying in. Zueljin donating axe after axe into the Immortal. And the Immortal gets the fort down to 50%. ETC power sliding in. Hyperion from the Rainer will be called down. And it doesn't seem to zone the enemy as ETC is swapped out of position, taken down. Whoa! Little NA lag, I apologize. I'm gonna go look at something in the bottom lane. Oh, yeah, Porky, it's not just you, bud. It's not just you. All right, well, competitive integrity, all that Jim Jams. Oh, yeah, I'm DC'd as well. I just DC'd as well. Wow. I just, like, hard DC'd. Kaldor just DC'd. Oh, it's not just me. It's not just me. Kaldor literally just DC'd. I thought it was just the... Because I saw Porky and I just assumed, like, I was like, alright, it's us NA lads. Porky's not on the west coast of the United States, if I'm not mistaken, but still. Well, what's up, Saint Simba? Oh, okay. Who's hosting the game? It's not Porky. I'm trying to think. It's one of the European players. It's rare when an NA person ever hosts something on EU. But good to see you, Saint Simba. Good to see you, Wash. Good to see you all. Hi. Happy Saturday. Looks like the readies are coming out. Looks like there's a big wobble. But, yeah, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, a bunch of us. Alrighty. So, 13 talents here on the horizon. Little bit of a wobble. I might reset my game after this this map here while we're getting ready for the second 3-map series of the day. But either way, we're into it. 12 stacks on your Zul'jin on the baseline, 33 for the Rainer. He did die once. I don't think he's died a second time, so he's down to 45% with 33 stacks. 10 stacks on your Lunar Blaze for the Tyrande. But the big thing is that passive, the 30% range increase you get. Arthas is 3 stacks away on Frost Presence at 17 to 20. And we've got our third Immortal phase coming up in the north-south positionings. Rainer Imperius clearing out top. That will push into 13, but since they're showing in top lane, it does look like ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew are going to hard push into bottom lane Fort Gate. Maybe more of a soft push. They poke a little here and there, but they don't stick around too long. Ancient Blessings, big one for Decker Kane at level 13. The Shatter for Arthas is big as well. What is it? It's a 20 armor debuff? 15 for 4 seconds, right.
Repent before my wrath.
You do also have your Ensnare from Zul'jin, the rare Ensnare. Race is looking, once again, really good to ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew. I'm going to be ahead by about 4,000 damage or so. The Immortals will go to Race potential size, but Celestial Charge onto Porky, who gets taken down immediately. Does get like 7 seconds off their death timer. Power Slide into the Celestial Charge target of Artanis. Zul'jin with Starfall. Celestial Charge lands, the stun from the Immortal. Oh, right, it doesn't matter. That's Imperius's Immortal. Stay on, listen, interrupted by a Lunar Flare. The Ensnare saves! Arcane Orb, Baradric Cube. Not enough. Li Ming looks for some splash into the Fort Gate, or the center gate, and is not able to get anything. Sentinel goes out, scouts out the Imperius floating around. Tyrael is back from death. Rainer racing on the left-hand side. Aljurin's Might thrown in. Grievous throw, not connecting onto the enemy. Power Slide from ETC onto BRB soaking. No Mosh Pit, but that's a Celestial Charge. Is there a Mosh Pit to follow up the Stay Well and Listen? No. Mosh Pit. Blade Dash Phase Prism. Li Ming is the one to go down. Celestial Charge, but there's an Immortal Stun. Sven is able to avoid it. And Tyrande goes down. Li Ming will fall as well. Blade Dash, Phase Prism, Self-Cleanse denies any Celestial Charge value. Aljurin's Might thrown in with the Holy Ground. Mac is split. Zul'jin's got some access to donate. Celestial Charge comes through. And the final damage takes down the Artanis. But the Immortal, picked up by ImpromptuRoleSwapCrew, will push into bottom lane Fort Gate against the side of RossPierrDoll. I don't think the red team is going to get much siege value. They are here. You got Tyrael and Zul'jin. Speaking of Zul'jin, currently at 15 stacks. He's going to start hearthing out in the bottom of her screen. By the way, 44 stacks on the Rainer, man. Dear Lord. 203%.
rise again in time.
Jeez. I mean, we're talking 44 stacks at almost 14 minutes. That's really good. His snare went out. Howling Blast went fishing. Frost Presence level 1 is completed. Blade Dash but no Phase Prism. 16 talents here, advantage on the left-hand side. It is going to be your Bounty Hunter for the Rainer, by the way. I would assume we see Sergeant Pepper level 20. Could see the cavalry arrives. Good wave of force to follow up into Arthas, as he does pop the Army of the Dead, but Li Ming has a focused magic missile with Mirror Ball level 16. And I don't think that much magic is going to be sustainable for the Arthas. Hyperion summoned in the bottom lane. Going to try and siege onto this fort. Tomato cannon shots are currently dealing 1,488 damage into structures. One more will connect onto the fort. Power Sight from ETC into Zul'jin. Toss Dingle will be activated, trying to back away. ETC drops Samaj. That'll be Tyrael taken down. Stay a while and listen. Toss Dingo may save the Zul'jin, but Tyrande and Tyrael do fall in the end. And the siege in bottom lane does continue. If the Immortal is won by RossPierrDoll, it is going to be going into top lane since the fort is still up and available over there. Stronger of the two lanes. 20 on Tyrande, 5 on Tyrael.
There is no escaping my justice.
And ETC will not. I thought ETC was going to get stunned out by the Immortal right there, but he's heading back to the top lane for wave clear really quick. Did go into the Showstopper level 16. I do like this quite a bit. I was wondering if he was going to consider imposing presence up against the Zul'jin and Artanis as well, because it is a pretty auto attack heavy composition, but 35 armor is really nice. Granted, 35 armor might not make any sense because you have no mercy from Zul'jin. Or might not make any difference. It's a better way to put it. No mercy armor bypass right there. Celestial Charge looking for something. Mac is a little bit low. Tyrael putting on some pressure. Face melts with the Encore, getting a little bit of cooldown. Wrath of Angiers pulls Fed out of position. Stay a while, listen, catches on to Zul'jin. No Toss Dingo for 18. Li Ming will be traded. Zul'jin, I think he had a revolving, the Twin Cleave. I think the Twin Cleave triggered, and yep. 69 damage, nice, with 51 overkill. And another good announcer. Imperius will manage the Impaler or the Fallen Shaman for top, but as I mentioned, if won by the side of RossPierrDoll, this is going to be your Immortal heading into top lane. Good boy, Bandit. Arthas will not be... That face melt, if Arthas didn't move south side, like out of the bush, I think the face melt from ETC with that bigger range from Pinball Wizard would have revealed, and then they could have dove onto Arthas and possibly gotten a kill. But they don't, and it is siege in top lane. That fort will be taken down by like 3 autos of the Immortal. Hyperion is going to speed that up a little bit. Starfall from the Tyrande, Suppression Pulse, Moshpit from ETC, captures the Artanis, Celestial Charge to follow that up. Deckard tries to get to a potion, but he's going to head to the retirement home for some Werther's Originals as ETC Face Melt pushes people around. He went from 120-second cooldown to 88 with a big Face Melt, but Zul'jin takes down Deckard at ETC, and this Immortal does not find as much value as RossPierrDoll was hoping for. Counter play or counter value in bottom lane. Big damage on a BRB Soaking, who will activate his Army of the Dead, but a Celestial Charge does come through. The Wrath of Angiers misses, but they get a kill in bottom. Keep front gate and top has been taken down. The Keep actually took a decent amount of damage, about let's call it 20%. What's up, Tilki? How you doing today, bud? Welcome in, lurkers, chatters. Thanks for being here, everybody. We've got a great day of games ahead of us. We're in our first 3 map series of the day. We have 3 of these in total, so 9 maps in total. So we're in map 3 of 9. It is a guaranteed set amount of games. So 20 on the left-hand side. It's a 9-kill difference, 17 to 8. Respect. Oh, no perfect gems, man. I get why people take respect to at least stay a while and listen. Silences and blinds enemies for 3 seconds upon waking up from sleep. But I mean, you have literally Sapphire, Ruby. You have Kanai's Cube. Your Haradra Cube has got a 5-second cooldown, as well as your gems have a 5-second cooldown. The spammability of Kanai's Cube value is huge. Brand of Solarian, Bolt of the Storm, Ride the Lightning for ETC. You've got your Raiders Roll for Raynor for a little bit more sustainability, and Repulsion for Li Ming. That was a very weird interaction with that Celestial Charge and Holy Ground. Phase Prism swap onto ETC. He gets a face melt and has to ride the lightning to back away. 70-second cooldown. You get 10-second cooldown per enemy hero hit with that to a max of 50 seconds. I gotta say, I think Ride the Lightning is probably my most favorite Bolt of the Storm flavor. It's literally, it's a Metallica song. It fits ETC's motif. ETC's base skin is basically referencing Dimebag Daryl. Like, a lot of ETC skins reference like other musicians as well, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it's just really good. It's just really good flavor. That's all.
I must find another way.
And I think it's cool utility. If you could bolt in and get a 5-man mosh and have a 20-second cooldown on your bolt, that'd just be massive. Anyways, my love for some cool new talents aside, it is the Armani Resilience at level 20 for Zul Jin. He's going to go to the fashion store. We've got your Orbital Bombardment on the Imperious. Oh my god, dude, BRB Soaking gets chunked. The penetrating round takes him down. ETC tries to go for a mosh and will be killed by Zul Jin. Stay a while and listen. Into Celestial Charge. Sanctification above. As it is that holy arena. Anti-armor, anti-magic shell for the Arthas and the Starfall, or the shooting star from Tyrande. My god. Li Ming blinks in. Zul Jin should be taken down. And are we heading to Finland? Is Porky gonna get his passport and head to Finland? No. Top lane wave will be crashing under the keep. Immortal will be picked up by the side of RossPierrDoll. I could see that shaft. I could see that function shaft. I definitely get what you're saying. Also, good morning. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us. What's up, Booty? Hopefully you're having a great day. Celestial Charge misses. Artanis is back. Arthas is... I don't know where BRB Soaking is. He's down in Egypt. Celestial Charge lands on a Porky. Huge chunking damage. Starfall from the Tyrande. Repulsion. Celestial Charge misses. Solarian Flare. I don't think Itrex... Unfortunately, I don't think Itrex has landed a single Wrath of Angiris, but it has been a gap closer and it has worked out, so can't really knock it, as it does get some value. Zul Jin is going to be taken down here, and that is Finland, as the RossPierrDoll crew will be able to find a 3-0 victory in this 3-map series, taking 3 points for their score, or for their tournament score, excuse me. Crankle Rage Quit. Did you see Crankle playing? I don't see Crankle's name anywhere here. How can they Rage Quit? Silly chatters. White names are always observer names. Just heads up if you did not know that. White names are always observer names, and if it's a player, it'll be in the respective color of their team. So if it was, Imperious DC, it'd be blue. If it was Artanis DCing, it'd be red. If it's a observer, the text is always white. That's why the observer text is always white when we talk to each other, because observers can only talk to observers. If you're given the referee role in the draft, in the lobby, then you can talk to players, but otherwise you cannot. Educating the masses. Yeah, Krankle literally was not playing. Krankle's not on any of these teams. Krankle is on, I have to look this up. Is it the Walking Mondays? No. Gafflos Girfly Gremlins? Exodia? Where is he? I thought he was playing on a team. Maybe he's not playing this tournament? I don't think he's playing in this tournament, actually. Maybe he's a sub? I don't know. Either way, ads.